thought we accomplished quite a bit in a bye week, as much as you can accomplish as far as getting some guys feeling better health-wise. Practice 3 days, got 3 days of practicing, got some recruiting in. So overall, as most every bye week is, you try to make it as productive as you can. But it's good to get back into a game week mode, and we'll be heading to Michigan a day early. Anytime we go a couple time zones, we go a day early, so we'll be leaving on Thursday for the Michigan game, and getting practicing on Friday over there, and teeing it up on Saturday, 3:30. So away we go. It's been equal, as you mentioned, through 2 games. You know, Troy McCormick was in the mix as well in game 1. They separated themselves from Troy after that week, and really have continued to put more distance in between them and Troy in game 2. But to answer your question, we will. You know, right now they're on equal footing. Certainly, one of them becomes the hot back, then we'll feed him the ball, and we'll see if that happens naturally. But they will both play against Michigan, and it doesn't really matter who starts; they're interchangeable. But they're both going to get, at least early in the game, equal opportunity, and then we'll see how it goes from there.
See, Gionni Paul is on the 2 deep starting at linebacker. Is he good to go then? And
we sure hope so. He had some work last week in practice. Didn't look like he's good to go. So barring a setback, yeah, he should be good to go for this week.
We see Jason Whittingham off the 2 deep this week. Do you have any insight in that situation? How he's
doing? No, he won't be available this week. Though he's not on the 2 deep. Yeah, he's like we talked about last week, like Trevor Riley, what he gave to us in the different packages, and right now he's going to be able to play outside linebacker in our base package, which again we haven't found ourselves in much in the last so far this season or last season. But Michigan, with some of their personnel meetings, you know, Nate will be playing a little bit of linebacker. In order to play good defense, you got to be tough against the run. I mean, it goes hand in hand, and they are averaging over 6 yards a carry, 6.3, I think, in the run game through the first 3 games, and got back to, I said there wasn't a big departure last week from the first 2 weeks, but there was a little more power run game showed up on Saturday than had occurred in the first 2 games. And again, I attribute some of that to not having their premier receiver on the field. But you better be able to stop the run. If you can't stop the run, every game is going to be hard. And so you've got to be able to stop the run, and conversely, we've got to be able to run the ball with our offense to a certain degree of success, or else everything's going to be hard with our offense as well.
You talk about the Michigan quarterback and what the best way to defend him is.
Yeah, he's a big, strong kid, 6'4", about 220. Runs the ball well. He's got quickness. He's got athleticism. He's throwing the ball pretty good too. 65, 68%. I think is his completion percentage right now, and about 150 QB efficiency rating throwing the football. So he's a dual threat for sure. And he's, although he hasn't run a bunch yet this year, and he's very capable. And we need to make sure that we have our bases covered. He's just a really good athlete, a big, strong kid. Well, I talk to Gary and Urban very often about a lot of things, but you know, we talk about you know, games and so forth. But as far as talking specifically about the Michigan game, no, I have not done that. Not in the last couple of weeks. Well, it can be a big deal, particularly when you're going as far as we're going. We're not going all the way to the East Coast, but we're close, and it's a 3:30 kickoff, so it's an afternoon kick. Now, had it been a night game, you know, maybe would have entertained thoughts of just leaving Friday like you know, as usual. But with the long travel and the kick, which is actually a 1:30 Mountain Time, so it's 1:30 Mountain Time kickoff, and we did that. We've done that, you know, a handful of times since I've been the head coach, and before these type of games back in the Eastern Time Zone. We deal with crowd noise every time we're on the road on offense with practice with crowd noise. You know, we work in that situation where we pipe it in, and so there's nothing different or no way we can prepare any differently than we would for any other road game. And so you just got to talk to them about, you know, the situation they're going to be in, and we have a walkthrough in the big house Friday. We'll go in there and walk through. So on Saturday when they come in there, it's not the first time they've seen it. Obviously, a lot different with nobody in the stands than when it's full. But there's a few little things you can do, but not much. You just have to prepare mentally and make sure they're mentally right. Typical Michigan team. I mean, they're Michigan. I mean, that really says it all. Big Ten, upper tier Big Ten team for years and years and years. They're traditionally very good on the offensive line. They got big, strong guys up front, 6'5", 6'6" across the board, 300 plus. Very good defensive lineman. Number 57 is a very good player, active, tough, and like I said, just they're a talented team, and we got to be ready to play our A game, without a doubt. I got a great deal of respect for Grady. I think he's a fine football coach, defensive minded, and I think that we only had a couple of years, I believe, in the WAC, Mountain West. That's where going way back there, and so he's the style of football he likes is tough, hard-nosed, blue-collar football, and that's what he preaches, and that's what he's all about, and you can see that in the play of Michigan.